And we are live. Let me do some sharing before I get to talking. All right. Let me go do some more sharing. Because for some reason, Facebook got us on lock. But it's all right. Hey, I see y'all coming on in here. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. I see you coming on in the room. Hey. Let me get to sharing this out so some more people can come on in this room as we're here for Transformational Tuesday. I see y'all coming in. Hey. It is your girl, Laticia, Nicole, Beatty, your Transformational Evangelist, where we help women and girls conquer their fears so they can be all that God created them to be by assessing, planning, implementing, evaluating, and executing. We help you to become who God created you to be. And I'm so excited about tonight. Y'all, I'm excited about this woman of God that I got with me tonight. I just can't stop smiling because we done talked today. We done prayed. We done had conversations today and say, you know what, this needs to be on Transformational Tuesday tonight, because we know that some of you tonight need to hear the words that we're going to speak. And without further ado, I'm not going to take much more of our time. I'm going to bring this amazing woman of God here up on the stage, and I'm going to call this a stage. Hey. For those of you that don't have StreamYard, please put your name so I can call you out. I want to just call you out. I want to say hey to you, because if you don't have StreamYard, it'll just say Facebook users. And you know what? It's more than one way to skin a cat. Okay. Watch this. I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna call you out, because I know that's important too, because you guys are here for us. Winnie Smith. Hey. Oh, now who said? All right, Miss Cooper, honey, you tore it down last week. Good stuff. All right, so I'm gonna bring my girl here, Dr. Raechelle Rae, y'all, because she's full of knowledge, wisdom, and she's authentic, and that's why I really love her. She's authentic, and here she go, y'all. Hey, girl.
Hello to everybody that's a part of Transformational Tuesday. I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you.
You listen. I can't even tell them how this came to be, but I just thank God for our paths crossing, and the conversations that we've had and the stories that we've shared. And tonight, I mean, they're really in for a treat, because you are definitely one of the most authentic people that I've met this year. Come on here, somebody. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. And we've been talking today about a lot of things, and I know I'm not reading her bio, y'all, because we share that we don't really like that, because y'all gonna hear who she serves and how she serves. Okay. And so the first question I have for you tonight is, what is your career professional background?
Okay. So what I currently do is I work with branding. A lot of us need to get visibility so people are aware of what we do. And then they need to get the engagement to keep that going so that we can be recognized as the influencers, the experts that we are in industry, which then allows us to create more leads and have those sales that we want. Now that I got that out the way, since we have started this on authenticity and who we really are, that's what I do. However, customer service is who I am. And how I started all of this is by recognizing that I'm that person that when you're in Walmart, no matter where all the blue shirts and khaki pants are or red shirts and khaki pants, the person will turn to me and say, do you know what X, Y, and Z is? And I'm the one that goes, you know what? I don't know, but I think it's around the corner. Let's go see. And that's what
Oh,
all of my positions have been. And when I decided to go off on my own, that's where my focus was, because I'm very creative.
yes, you are.
How can I take my want, my need to provide service and take my skill and put it together? And this is what I came up with.
So I'm glad you said that, and which leads me to my next question, because I know you heard I just heard you talk about people in Walmart, or I want to know who's your actual client base, who is your tribe?
And so I actually work with individuals as well as companies. Why individuals? Because when entrepreneurs first go out there, they have a hard time with how to establish a presence. So my heart is there because that's where I started working with individuals. It's easier for us to connect. But then as I got more and more buzz or
Mhm.
received more and more buzz, then corporations would start to get in touch with me. Now,
Mhm.
when we first start, that money don't readily roll in for everybody. So I needed to utilize some other skills. So I started traveling and contracting to train and some of the smaller platforms as a speaker. And that allowed me also to be in front of corporations that would say, we like your voice, we like your style. And I would start off with the training, but I would take a look at how they could be more profitable by putting themselves out there and doing those 5 steps that I
Okay,
shared with
all
you.
right. And we're going to talk about them 5 steps tonight, because I know they're good. And y'all better get these nuggets, these jewels, these diamonds, these rubies that she's going to be spitting out tonight. And which leads me to my next question, because you do have a foundational, I can say, framework for your business.
Mhm.
And I really would like to know what led you to creating this business.
Okay, so the real fast version is my very first business was visual communications.
Mhm.
I realized that we capture more things. We're able to make a greater experience. We don't just say it in words. Again, a creative. So it was more geared towards more graphic design. The frustration was in trying to start my own business is there weren't answers available to me. People act like I was trying to take something off their plate.
Come
And
on.
even when I went to the state and said, could you help me do this? They ran me in so many circles that even though I like to believe that I'm educated and intelligent, I was lost. I felt like an idiot. As
Hmm.
I started to understand by pulling stuff from everybody that they were willing to give me and that I was able to understand, I realized it wasn't that hard. It was the way that I was receiving it or perceiving it. Everybody deserves some responsibility. I was able, I'm sorry, Google thinks I'm talking to it. I was able to then put it together for other people that I heard was having a problem, that customer service, that creativity. So then the business actually became an enterprise where I'm still doing the visual communications, but I'm also doing business startup and working with entrepreneurs on what to do now that they need finances. That was a lot to bite off while I'm still working a 9 to 5. It
Okay,
continued to
yes.
metamorph. And I finally got to a place where I was like, this is my niche, but I can still work with everybody that I've grown attached to working with, their types, where they are.
And I love that about you, because I've seen you work with those that are here, and I've seen you work with people that just start out. And what I love about you is that you offer your help. Like, it's like you can hear where a need is, and you'll say, "Hey, let's see where I can help you there." I love that about you. And y'all get ready, because Speak Life Summit, we got us a listen. She's a bit bad to the bone. I've seen her work, and she's very professional and personal with people. And so that's how I met you. And just our hearts just kind of like just did this, like got the leap in it. It's like, you know
Yes.
what? This is just some kindred spirits here. And so which leads me to my next question, because, you know, my platform, Everything Speak Life, is about mindset. Mm-hmm. And I know all of these amazing, you know, wonderful business owners and entrepreneurs and all these important people are out here watching us tonight, and they don't have any problems, and they have, you know, everything is wonderful and it comes very easy, and they don't have any anxiety or, you know, depression, and what I want to talk to those that actually do have some, you know, different issues, you know, and as we continue in this place of entrepreneurship, and as we you know, build our businesses, I want to hear that story tonight that we talked about today, because that's part of what I do. But I want to hear you and hear how you got to your breakthrough.
Sure. So this being May, and the time that we take to recognize how people are dealing with those things that attack the mental, which are going to include your emotions and all of those different things as well. What I was sharing with Laticia is this, and that is, I have been diagnosed as being bipolar. It wasn't something that I wanted to accept, but it came after being misdiagnosed, and after being misdiagnosed, accidentally, I was dealt with incorrectly. I don't blame anybody for it, because a part of me dealing with what was going on with me was not only denial, but it was also stubbornness. Because I'm going to go pray about it. If the Lord can't fix it, it can't be fixed, or it was my burden to carry for the reason that was going to be revealed to me later. I had a child to raise. I'm going to tighten my apron strap. I'm going to do what I need to do, and I'm going to raise this baby correctly. I have a large responsibility at work. I can't let them see me not be able to handle it like the big boys. So I got to go ahead and put my big girl panties on and go in there and do what I'm supposed to do. I never was able to recognize what really was going on with me, to even be able to say to them, through all my pride, through all my fear, if I wanted to, this is what's wrong.
Well, stop right there. I want you to stop right there. Because a lot of people right now that are listening to you, they're like, you know, come on here. This is the truth. You know, the reason why I stopped you right there, because how did you recognize that? Because I heard you say this too. Go pray about it. No. Now, I know prayer changes things, but I need some other help too. When did you recognize that you needed help, and what type of help did you get?
It's such a sad story, and there's still some shame attached to it. I was actually medicated, and this is so terrible, so I would never say where and how, but I was actually medicated without knowing. A physician picked up on the drastic switch in mood. And with a health diagnosis I have, there's a medication that used to do both. It would adjust my mood as well as adjust what was ailing me in my body. And that's what I was given. When I realized what it was and what happens, I took myself off of it. Not realizing not only what was going on with my body, but mentally it was so keeping me stable that when I came off of it, I didn't know how to adjust to my natural mood, those natural chemicals coming in.
Do you mind telling us what that medication? You know, I'm a registered nurse by trade.
No, it was Cymbalta.
So I asked you, what was it?
Cymbalta.
Okay, go ahead.
And the way Cymbalta is set up, you can't just come off of it. You have to step off of it. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the problems. Secondly, it is so, well, for me, It was such a strong mood stabilizer that it didn't take more than a week for there to be almost like a crash where it was just so much. I didn't know how to process it.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my triggers, a person, now that I know is a trigger for me, when I'm having certain reactions to things, I know how to deal with that person and when I actually need to stay away.
Mm-hmm.
I was being smothered this particular day by this person. And so not to step, because I felt like I was out of control, I left to go handle some business at a bank. Had an appointment. And I went in there and I waited so long. I was so on edge. I got up and I asked the young lady. And I mean, she was a young lady, early 20s. I mean, the whole cliche, smacking gum, cell phone on speaker. And I'm thinking, baby, can you do this for me, please? Can you stop doing that and do this? And the more I talked to her, the angry I got. And this child is my child's age. And then she finally looked at me and said, oh, I'm sorry, this person's not here anymore. Where are they? They're at a bank that's over in West the Flip, and you're not going to get there in time. Nobody thought to contact me. Nobody thought, and I lost it. And the only thing I could think of is if I can pull this girl on the other side of this glass, I can find relief. I was convicted instantly. And the only thing I wanted to do was cry. But again, I'm that strong woman I told you guys about in the beginning. I wasn't going to break down like that, but I sat in my car and I realized I can't do this myself. I can't do it myself.
Oh my God. That's good. Thank you. Like right there, I stopped you right there for a reason. I can't do this myself. Mm-mm. So many people are even listening right now. That's a shame because they want to do everything themselves. They want to look like they're the super woman or the Superman. And I think when we put that S on our chest and we're having some issues, that S really means sickness. Mm-hmm. And the antidote to that sickness is action to get some help.
Now, can I mention this?
Yes.
Being a businesswoman, whether it was me wearing the hat of a senior manager in a corporation, or whether I had taken that off the way of the hat of a successful entrepreneur, because God is so gracious. No matter which business it was, my previous business or this business, I've seen success. I've lived in success. But how can I possibly tell people it's okay to come to me and open up and let me put them on a path of success if I'm not doing it correctly? Now, it wasn't my business. It was me that was having problems, but that makes me such a hypocrite. And one of the things that Laticia said, and I really appreciate it, and that is authenticity. Again, I'll say it a couple of times, but I don't want to be somebody that hides behind anything, which is why it's okay for me to be appropriately transparent in this conversation. There's a lot of you out there that wear leadership. Again, whether it's in somebody else's company, your own company, your household, you're wearing leadership. But to my ladies, your crown is crooked. Your slip is showing.
Wait, stop. The crown is what?
Crooked.
The slip is what?
Showing.
My Lord. Go ahead.
And baby, I'm telling you, there's a way to straighten it and still be everything you envision. You are that woman that can go in there and take care of every issue for somebody else's dream. And you that woman that can take charge of your dream and run with it until you have multiple streams of income, or helping other people, and your legacy is set.
That's good. Now,
you gotta dress yourself.
It's something we were talking about today, and you touched on it, but I want to make it very plain for everybody that's listening and those that come back and listen to the replay. In order, you guys, a lot of you are coaches, authors, and you're expecting people to coach with you, and you're expecting people to buy your books. If you need help and you're not actively getting help, whether it's from a therapist, from a coach, or a mentor, if you're not doing the exact same things as you're expecting your mentees to do with you, what she said is you're being a hypocrite. Ouch. I believe that mentors have mentors.
Yes.
I believe that coaches have coaches. I believe that, wait a minute, let's stop, because Minister Beatty, what did you just say? Evangelist, what did you just say? Get you a therapist. Yeah, you what the words say, you can pray, but prayer without works is dead. So you can say, people can send you to the church, go on to church, pray about it. We talked about that too. Let's talk about that, because we talked about that earlier today, how people only told you, go to the church or pray about it. Let's shine some light on that.
Yes. So I did that. I really did. And this is the line, oh my goodness, that used to get me. This too shall pass. Okay. It will, but that don't help me in the moment. I even had a problem with lay down your burdens and don't pick them up. I get it, but that's not helping me right now either.
Come on.
Some of this stuff is chasing me. Some of this stuff actually live here. So come on, y'all. This church rhetoric sometimes, but I'm gonna get off of it. I was sharing with a woman that I had actually become close with. She's a very good friend. And I believe she had it together. I mean, really together. And we were transparent with one another in our friendship because we had developed a really good friendship. But what I tell people is no matter how the love relationship came about or how it is, please understand that people still pull back some stuff because we lie to ourselves. So we omit things to people we love until we can deal with it and how we hear it and how it sounds in ourselves. Another sidebar, one of the devil's greatest hits is to keep it a secret. So reconcile it in yourself if you can. And if you can't, still in that love relationship where you feel comfortable and safe, share it. Don't make him let you keep something a secret too long. It grows roots. Now, what happened was I was talking to her and she confided in me that she had a therapist. It didn't make me feel any different about her, but it helped me because I was like, good grief. If this person that has it together needs to talk to somebody, I need to get my behind somewhere quickly. So she mentioned that she had a Christian therapist and there was a man. I didn't tell you this part, but It made me comfortable because he was a Christian. So I didn't have to have him, look at me in worldly ways and all that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. However, the second part is I had not learned to be in an environment where women were, I don't want to say trustworthy, but didn't use their superpower of manipulation.
Okay.
So it made me comfortable that it was a male. It didn't work. I went to see 3 other therapists after that. Didn't work. I'm trying, but I can't figure it out. A new physician said, okay, let me try something, but you got to trust me. He sent me to a psychiatrist to do like some discovery. The word escapes me right now.
You in the vein.
She told me, here's 5 different therapists. Make a choice. I chose one. I didn't like them from day one when I called them. They set me up with somebody that was furthest from what I wanted. And when I talked to her, I was told by my good friend, who's my pastor and counsels, that she wanted me to make a promise because she and I wouldn't be a good fit. That whatever I did, I was honest and I stuck with it. Don't run when I get uncomfortable and don't like it. So I've stuck with it. I've been with this young lady for over a year, and this is what I did because I had good walls. I mean, I could be a mason. And she asked me questions. I'm not going to tell you that. Well, let's talk about this. Not going to talk about that. When I am in my depressive state, she does the talking. When I'm manic, she lets me get it out and I just go. She's learned how to deal with me in my honesty because I've let her know who I am just by telling her what I'm going to tell her. There's no perfect relationship between anybody, but deal with the person that can deal with you best. And there's nothing wrong with talking to somebody who's educated on how to hear what you don't say.
I love that. I love that. I love that. And I want to bring this out. I love the fact that someone that you were close to, that has all of the accolades, all the degrees and everything, and the background, and you're like, hey, you can help me. And she was honest enough to say, hey, you know what? I'm not the one. We're too close. I'm not the one that can help you. I say this too. I tell them, you won't be able to receive from me. Right? And sometimes people get offended. Okay. But if you're too close, or if you've been too close, a person will get mad. Now, if it's a therapist, and they don't know you from Adam, and they're saying the same thing, you listen to it, you're like, oh, that's the first time I heard that. That's great. But then when somebody, said, it's like, you trying to put me down, but I love the fact that you were honest enough to say, hey, this is who I am. This is where I am. And listen, I'm only going to work with who can take it or leave it. Right. And so you got you got it out. Now, before we came on here, I am going to say some foundational, this is for the people that need scripture. OK, because everything that we're saying is scripture without actually saying the scripture. But what I need you to know, this is all biblical. OK, it has a foundation. It has a foundation. What she did was Revelation 12:11. Go look at it for yourself. They overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the words of their testimony, right? And what she didn't do is that she didn't love her life so much that she shrank from death. So she wasn't embarrassed. You know how we get. We get so embarrassed and be like, I'm not gonna tell anybody. I'm gonna get in this little shell. I'm not don't talk to nobody. It's everybody's fault. Everybody's looking at me. They laughing at me. And then you get into this pity party and then it's everybody's fault. She didn't do that. She told her truth and told her story. Revelation 12:11. Then I love this. And this is another foundational for Speak Life. I need y'all to hear this. And for life, period. She did Romans 12:2. And not to be conformed to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of her mind. She didn't do it by herself. She got her some help to renew her mind, that she may prove what is good. Because when you feel like you're losing your mind, you don't know what's good, perfect, or pleasing. Everything looked the same, right? She actually got some help to help her with renewing her mind so she can know what was acceptable, perfect, and good for her. So those of you that are listening, I hope you're taking good notes. Because I get a lot of people that come in the Transformational Institute and don't take it seriously, and you won't find it. And we talked about this too, and I'm gonna bounce it right back to her. That you find yourself going from coach to coach to coach to coach to coach to coach. Everybody the problem except you, but you're the common denominator. And then you out there killing people's name. You're a murderer, killing people's name because you won't get the right help. You get somebody and be like, listen, I know I'm a coach. I know I'm a mindset coach. I'm a nurse, but I ain't no doctor. You need somebody to diagnose and write a prescription. Now, I'm a nurse. I'm an evangelist. I'm a minister. But if you need help, get the help. Okay, I'm going to bounce it over there because we talked about this. Because we've all needed help. Hey, I had my hand up. And those of us that are creatives don't like help. We don't like pills. We don't like stuff to take our creativity for us and make us slow. And you're like, no. You be feeling like you're slow. And you're like, no, I don't like this. I'm not going to take this Wellbutrin. I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to take none of these drugs. Y'all got me tripping. Don't give me no. What is it? Boost bar. Don't get me no.
Those 5-hour energy drinks. I won't touch them. I'm like, if I'm supposed to be sleepy, then when it's time to go to bed, I'm terrified of them. I worked in healthcare, And a lot of people would come through the emergency room with all types of heart palpitations and, all types of things, head hurting. See, listen there. Anyway, what would happen is by the time the doctor get them stabilized and find out what was wrong with them, sure enough, it'd be one of those 5-hour energy drinks. And we even tried to educate people on the fact that they should not take them, and they would take them anyway. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm terrified of them things.
It makes you feel manic. You're up here. And this is another thing I want to mention about those of you that are leaders that are leading and bleeding because you won't get the proper help. H-E-L-P, help. Okay. And a lot of you have heard me say, which I echoed, who was that? Evangelist Cece, because your issue is you when you don't get the help. And then you start leading and bleeding, and then you're wondering why you can't keep clients. You wondering why money is flowing through your hand and you're losing it is just as quick as you gain it. You can't develop relationships. You're not dependable. You procrastinate because you're taking on too many things. All of these are mindset issues in business. You cannot build a business on a broken foundation, and you are the foundation. So what I love about Dr. Raechelle Rae is that she's telling you she noticed that her foundation was a little cracky, was a little rocky, and she got us some help.
Yes.
Do you have a book or something that tell us what you got. Let us bless you.
Yes, I actually do. The book is Content Marketing, How to Win Clients and Influence Markets. Now, I do have one that's out there, and I would love if you purchase it. But this is what I want to tell you. I did a reboot where I went in and updated some of the principles and practices based off of where we are now, how the market is now saying what our new normal will be. A lot of people are like, we're back to normal. No, we're not. Normal looks differently. And when it comes to putting yourself out there, I want you to know what should be happening and how should you do that. And it will be available for pre-sale the fourth week of May. And then it will be offered for actual purchase in the second week of June. So if you give me about a week, all of that information will go out because my publicist my publisher is handling that. And I won't want to give all her business, but she had an emergency.
Would you mind giving them your email address?
No, not at all. The website. I'll do both. The website is going to be at Creative, KREATIVE, Inc. LLC.com. Again, I'm a creative. I couldn't do it the way it was supposed to be done.
I wrote it in there.
Okay.
I hope I spelled it right.
And if anybody needs to reach me, it would just be R. Johnson at Creative Inc. LLC.
Amen. Well, I'm thankful for you because you're the reason why I do what I do. Really, it's for people like us that have assignments from up above, but then we also have our own issues, right? And we make. My mother told me, she said, Tisha, you make it look so easy, baby. You make it look so easy. But I mean, let's talk about it, y'all. Everybody ain't putting their problems on Facebook. I'm not one of them people that's gonna put all my problems out there on Facebook. So, your haters can be like, yay! Everybody's smiling and winning on Facebook and Instagram, right? And that's why I call it Facebook, because you only see what people want you to see. But in all of my books, I'm telling you, healing toxic habits. I talk about anger issues. I talk about being molested. I talk about being rejected and all these different things and how to handle it. And it's like you look at us like everything is wonderful. No, we make it look good because we got the peace of God upon us. That no matter
Say
what the
so.
circumstance is, it's already done. It's victory. We won. No matter what comes our way, it was like, what, this is either supposed to be what this is supposed to be putting perseverance and giving me patience and character and then hope. Don't get me started. And then so then I have to hope in something, which is the Lord. And then I know, say if I needed 30,000 today and I only had 14 yesterday, and then 30,000 just said, Lord, I hope it. And I didn't look at God. Hey. So I know I be sounding churchy to folks, but honey, I be giving God the glory because He is so good and wonderful. But this is what you see, that when we giving God glory, because we have hope, and we got hope in something other than ourselves and our own ability.
Yes.
Because we don't try to do it ourselves. We edify each other. We help each other. I thank God for this woman of God that said, I will help you. I met you because I said I'll help another young lady.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing her talk. And I'm like, you know what? I know I got a lot going on. But I help, honey. Let me know what I need to do. I can teach. I do this. I do that. And then we in a meeting together. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. And then you tell me the same thing. So whatever you put out into the atmosphere shall not return to you. Boy, y'all don't get me started up in here. Y'all don't be playing with me, because y'all got to do right. We got to stop this leading and bleeding, and we got to stop this tearing each other down and start building each other up, and know that we all have issues. It wasn't just a woman with the issue of blood that had issues. We all had issues, and we got to learn how to crawl to get to what we need and know that we going to get it.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on here now.
I'm just, can you give the people some lasting words? Because I know we gonna be together this year sometime, and in Charlotte, North Carolina, and just tell them where you're gonna be and things you're gonna do. And I'm gonna take my little self up out of here while you talk.
Sure. So I'm actually, the next place that I am going to be is, we're doing Level Up. So in June, we have Baltimore. July, we have North Carolina. And August, we have Chicago. In September, we have Mississippi. And then we're going to end it in October in Atlanta. You go to any of my Facebook pages and you'll see it. On LinkedIn and Facebook, or Fakebook, as my baby said, it's going to be at Raechelle Johnson. And you'll see my purple hair and a picture of me, most likely like eyes closed laughing. Everywhere else, like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, is going to be at Creative Inc. So that's how you'll find me to find out all the other places, because I have 3 other events that's coming up. However, the dates have not been settled. So that's where I'm going to be at least 8 times this year. So hopefully you'll be able to come out and support or check us out virtually. And I would love to be there. Hello, Dr. Cynthia. I love you. And I appreciate you being on. But I do want to tell you this, please. You are looking for visibility. You want people to know who you are, to set you apart and break through the noise. The first thing I want you to think about is visibility. You need awareness so that people will check you out. The best way to do that is find out what people need and then speak to that and sell the pain while you are using the solution to do that. Now, that I want you to know that the pain you're selling is what they have said they need from you. Once you do that, start talking to people. Stay engaged. Don't just get happy because they're watching you and they're talking to you. Talk back to them. The third thing is, it's going to happen automatically. You're going to be seen as an expert and an influencer. Respect that. And there's a different thing we need to do, but I don't want to take up all the time doing that stage. I just want you to know what it is. After that, you'll start to get leads. You want to come up with a method that allows you to address them properly, whether it's going to be email, whether it's going to be messenger, but find out a way that your client wants to be spoken to according to how they respond to you. And the last thing you're going to love is going to allow you to convert the sales for you. Now, last thing, take a look at my link tree. There's a whole bunch of goodies out there that you can download, as well as an ebook called Survival to Small Business. That LinkedIn is going to be linktr.ee. It's my link tree with the backslash, and it's Solution Architect. My clients lovingly gave me that name. Okay. Thank you so much, my love. I was so glad to be on here with you. I think we kept it kind of cool. We didn't cut up as bad as we normally do.
This has been good. I want to thank you so much for joining me on today. I'm sure I'm going to have you back. I'm sure we're going to do some more things together. We've already talked about it, and just I know God has put us together for a reason. And those of you that are looking, as you said, to just get known, please reach out to her. And those of you that are having problems where you're trying to manage your mindset, I want to give something free. We're givers. Go to LaticiaNicole.com, just like you see it, and download some affirmations that's coming straight out of this book here. It's a 100-day devotional. Your tongue has the power of life and death. And these are scriptures that help me throughout my journey as an entrepreneur, because you got to get put back on track. But I'm going to say it again. I know I have some of my clients that are here listening, that listening. I say it to you too. Get some help. Yes, it's good that you reach out to me. Yes, it's good that you take the Transformational Institute and the modules and you do really good. But you want to make sure that if you need a therapist, you do get a therapist. You know, if somebody is hungry, I don't want to tell you, I'm going to pray for you. If somebody needs something, need a place to stay, I'm like, girl, I'll pray for you. Somebody is dealing with depression, I'm like, girl, I'm going to pray for you. No, let me tell you, there's some therapists out there that can help. And it's some medication that can be taken. All right. Not that should you have to be on it for the rest of your life. Just get you through, because there's too many people out here committing suicide because they're not getting the help that they need. That is, they're undiagnosed people walking around here coping and not coping really. But then one day you find out that they're gone. I'm speaking against that right now. Yeah, I use prayer too, that we bind that spirit of suicide ideations, but I also say in the name of Jesus that you go and get a therapist and get some help. Amen. And then when you are able to have the capacity to read the book, to do the module, then get at me.
Right? I'm here.
I'm right here. Okay. Here. You can't build that business on a broken foundation. No. And so before you get out there and try to get known, and then you get out there and you branded, and then you got all this stuff on your mind, you're like, oh my God, they're calling me. They want me to go. And then you just, okay, get a therapist. All right. Dr. Raechelle Rae, I love you. Thank you for coming. And man, I don't even want to end, but I know I got some more stuff going on.
To do after this, yes.
I know.
To all of you that was a part of Transformational Tuesday, thank you for your trust and your interest, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. And Miss Laticia, thank you. Oh, and for those of y'all who don't know, this is one of the baddest stylists. Every time I see her, she cute. But my wink today belongs to her as well. Check her out for lashes, y'all. So while we getting healed, we can be beautiful too.
You got on your blink of beauty, Ella nails. Oh my God. Okay. That's why I love her, y'all. That's why I love her. She definitely is a supporter, and she's amazing. So again, you guys, my name is Laticia Nicole, and I speak life so that we all may have life more abundantly. And remember, if God be for us, who could be against us? Have an amazing night.